Hey guys, welcome back. I just wanted to make another kind of update from yesterday and the video that I uploaded on my holdings. I mentioned in yesterday's video that that Tesla was gonna drop, that they were gonna pull back a little bit, and they did. They actually did. From yesterday, I now have crossed the $7,000 barrier, which now actually brings up my overall growth this month over $1,000, and just this past week over $250. I'm up today, $70. And that's kind of pulling back now. It's past midday, so yeah, it's kind of normal. Sony went up. I think they went up like $1 or so, and so just today's return was $40, and I was negative yesterday, like 19 or something like that. Nike also went up. So now for today's return, I have around $13. Microsoft went up a little bit. I have $3 return today, and Apple just keeps going up and up and up and up. And I don't know if it's because of there's news of a new laptop or anything like that, or I know they are working on their own chip, but geez, it's just, I don't know. I expect them to pull back someday. So today's return has been $50, and Tesla has gone down 4%. So I've actually lost $37 from them just today. So you could imagine if I had maybe double my shares or 4 times my shares, right? If I had 4 times my shares, I would have been down like almost $150 just today, right? Just on Tesla. And you can kind of imagine how that kind of compounds if the more you hold. And I knew this was gonna kind of happen just because of their growth. It's just been unhealthy. I know there's news about a new battery they're working on with Panasonic or some shit like that. There was news today that said that they were just gonna start unleashing all these they were just gonna sell like $4 billion more worth of stock or something like that. So now it's not as limited. So now I'm at almost 8,600. If we go to Ameritrade, I think yesterday I was negative like $200, but as you can see now my balance has changed. I did mention that I was gonna deposit or withdraw like $200 to my bank account, so that's why now you only see minus $4. I think that was factored in. I wasn't actually at a loss that day in any holdings. It was just dead cash. And I like to say dead cash because if you have cash just sitting there, it's not doing anything. As opposed to, so I'm up almost $1,000 overall. And I did mention I was going to explain from this period to this period what had actually happened and why I was just going down a lot. So I want to go to, okay, so Ford. I had Ford, and so I don't know, Ford aren't doing so well, but they are undervalued right now. So let's see. Okay, so I have history with Ford. So I think I bought Ford. I think I first started looking into Ford when it was like, let me go back to their chart. I was looking into Ford when it was like $4, right? But I don't think I actually get into Ford until it's like almost 5. I want to say I get into Ford like right here. And then which I should have sold here, but I didn't. I really expected it to go back up. to like $9. You know, when those crazy gains came in midsummer. I ended up selling when it was like 670 or so. So I did make some decent gains that I then took and put into Apple and stuff like that. And that's part of the reason why you see this big jump, because not only do I take out not everything that I you know, trimmed my holdings on, or that I just moved assets from one place to another, they weren't all losses. I did have some gains that also got transferred over and just compiled into more gains. What else was I holding? I was holding a bunch of recovery stocks like airlines and stuff like that. I was holding Chevron, and Chevron just didn't recover to the point where I wanted it to. I think I bought Chevron. I should have bought it here, but I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, right? So I didn't buy Chevron here. I bought Chevron. I want to say I bought Chevron like right here. Like it was like 96 or so. Thinking, okay, there's still some gain there, right? If it goes back to 121. But it just kept going down, down, down. So this is what I'm talking about when I say I can capitalize on gains from Tesla and Apple and all these tech stocks after they release new products like Sony, and then come back later with my initial investment and some profit and put it into these recovery stocks that can also go up, you know, 5 or 10%, 5-7%. So even more gains. I still have time. I don't see these stocks recovering anytime soon. I did hold some Exxon Mobil, but the same thing happened there. I bought it around here, and I should have sold it here, but I didn't. You know, you can't really time the market ever. I just held it thinking, okay, you know, it's on its way back up, and it just never happened, and it just kept going down, down, down. So I sold it. So Chevron, ExxonMobil, I was heavy into American Airlines, as you can see, but they were just accruing a lot of debt and a lot of things I didn't like. Not only was I holding them on Robinhood, I was also on Ameritrade. I'm not sure how I can look into that without disclosing information that I shouldn't be. Robinhood's pretty cool about, you know, having everything. That's why I say I like Robinhood a lot better. But I don't know, maybe I'm just a fucking noob. So I had some losses with American Airlines. And then I think I had some gains on American Airlines in Ameritrade because I bought them at different times. On Ameritrade, I bought them when they were like way low, like here. But then on Robinhood, I reinvested more money when they were about like right here, and they just kept going down. Like I want to say it was like $16. So I had gains on Ameritrade that I then took, and I was in on American Airlines, Delta, and United on both Robinhood and Ameritrade. But I was in on Ameritrade. I was on them in Ameritrade earlier than I was on Robinhood. So on Robinhood, I bought them when they were on the upswing, like during this period, and they just kept losing. But on Ameritrade, I bought them here, went up, and then went down, but didn't go down to the initial price I bought them. So I still had some gains on that, which I just then, you know, just scrapped everything and said, you know what, I'm going in on Microsoft, which I then went on Microsoft later on Ameritrade. I think I bought it at 220. And I bought Microsoft here at like 199 or so, and I just kept buying over and over again. That's why my average cost is kind of towards the lower end. So I was in on American Airlines, took my losses, and took my gains from Ameritrade. They didn't exactly cancel out. I think I did lose not a lot of money, but I'm willing to say I lost maybe like $50. So I mean, is it when you think about, you know, how much money we're playing with here, you know, we're not playing with an obscene amount of money, right? So is it worth the $50 lesson? I mean, that's up to you to decide. I had some gains on here. I believe I had some gains or losses or vice versa. And then in Ameritrade, I had, like, whatever happened here, it happened the opposite in Ameritrade because I went in on different time points. And I was in on Delta also. So if you look at all these recovery stocks and what their fair price is, let me see if I can. Yeah, so right here, you can see that their fair value is $42, right? So now when you look at what they're actually valued at, it's $30. So I that's why I'm telling you where my strategy comes in, and I hope it works out. I go in on tech, and I go in on things like Sony or Microsoft or Apple, capitalize the gains there, come back to these recovery stocks with my initial investment and some gains, and then hopefully these companies, these recovery stocks can hit their fair value, and just even get even more gains, right? Now, when you look at companies and you look at who to buy and what not to buy, do your research, because I know American Airlines is doing really bad right now. They have a lot of debt, and they're just not in a good position compared to other airlines. So, what else? Oh yeah, United. I was gonna look at United. Wait, no, we just looked at United. Let's look at Delta. Okay, so Delta's at 30. Fair priced value is 42. So I can still come back in and capitalize on some of these gains, right? And if you go on CNN Money, CNN Business, there's an actual more in-depth analysis that I really like. And the forecast, you don't expect these stocks to get up here within the next 6 or 7 months, right? This is a long-term hold. The only risk with a lot of these companies is that, yes, they do get bailed out because they're, very important sectors of the economy, but some of them do go bankrupt. If you just do a quick research and, just Google, like, what's the possibility of a certain airline like American Airlines going bankrupt, and you can go through the history of they actually have gone through a bankruptcy before, and they were under a different name and all this other stuff that you really have to look into. I think that the biggest bet is probably, I don't want to say fossil fuels, because I know the energy sector, when it comes to like renewable energy and all this, like sun power, Vivint Solar, they're all going up. Sonova Energy, these are all things I'm looking at also. And Plug, which I don't have on here. Oh, here it is. Yeah, Plug is here. So, you have to be, you could just play it safe and say, okay, I'm going to go solar, or I'm going to go fossil fuel and get some gains on the fossil fuel, or just ride the wave of renewable energy and kind of make gains that way. You kind of have to think about a lot of things in regards to all these renewable energy sources and stocks are going up because Tesla has a lot to do with that, in my opinion. There's a trend when Tesla goes up, anything to do with Tesla goes up. Do I think Tesla's going to come back down? I think it might. I think it's really, really high right now. So, I don't know, maybe you just have to do your research. I'm not an expert. I don't know shit. I'm just trying to learn. I'm just trying to get my feet wet and just learn learn safely without taking as many losses and hopefully getting some gains. The earlier you can invest, the more you will learn, to the point where whatever it costs you to learn that lesson, it's easy to recover from. It'd be different, and if I was like 50, right, and I had a mortgage and I had kids or whatever. And there's no room for error. I can't learn anything with my money. I can't gamble or anything like that. So that's just my 2 cents. That's where I switched up my strategy from here to here, and that's why I have all these gains. I might come back and reverse it. I don't know. I'm not sure. But things are looking good today overall, except for Tesla. Obviously, it was a given. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm really hoping that Sony does a number for me when the PS5 comes out, and then I can kind of reduce my position, take those gains, and invest it elsewhere. I also am looking to get here. I'll probably sell a few things. I'll probably sell like my Nintendo Switch or something, and then just get more in on Apple, because yeah, they do seem kind of overvalued right now. But I mean, if you buy it now and you wait for 10 years, you're probably gonna look like a G. But I've also been looking into more dividend paying stocks, just so I can take those reinvestments, those dividends, and reinvest. I know there's people that live off of that, but you need really big portfolios, like like $800,000 portfolio, $500,000 portfolio. I'm looking for something more like compounding, sort of, where I don't want to live off of that, but I just wanted to kind of grow my portfolio, not exponentially, but quicker. Just reinvest all those dividends and stuff like that. But if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please like and subscribe. This is not the only content I will post on here. I just really think it is important for a lot of us to kind of understand finance and kind of, venture out and expand and look for other ways to make money, just because I feel like our generation, our younger generation, kind of has the short end of the stick in terms of financial wealth and how to build wealth and stuff like that. This is not a very good time. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. Something's dropping here. What is it? Apple dropped a bit. It's probably Tesla. More Tesla. Tesla dropped $24 a share. So, yeah. Yep. Exactly what I called. That's why I didn't buy any more than I already had. I think I bought $3 worth. That's just because I had some dividends laying around. So it wasn't like I lost any money. Here we go. Yeah, bought $3 worth. I haven't bought any real Tesla since August 20th, because I knew this was going to happen. So listen to your boy. I'm just kidding. Do your research. Please, really, do your research. I'll leave some links in the bottom. If you use my link, you'll get a free stock to get started that you can then sell and do whatever you want with that money. Invest in something else or whatever. So please use my link down below, and do yourself a favor and have a wonderful rest of your day.